Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know weeknight dinners can be frustrating, especially if they're very intense and have a lot of directions. But I've found for very simple dinners that you can get on your table in a minimal time. So these are all new recipes, even though we've made a lasagna before, we've made a stroganoff. These are different recipes. They're super simple, very easy, came together in no time and nothing complicated. So sit back and join me in the kitchen and let's get started. Our first recipe today, Kung Pao chicken, was new to us, and I have to say we will be making this again. First of all, we're going to chop up our vegetables to get started. Next, we're going to cut up our chicken. It says to cut it into bite-sized chunks, so that's what I'm doing here. And if you're using fresh ginger and garlic, you'll want to get that minced ahead of time in the prep work too. I'm just using the ones in the jars. Now I have all the prep done. This is everything you're going to need. But as always, all the directions and the ingredients will be in the description box below for every recipe I share with you today. The next thing we're going to do is mix the vinegar, the soy sauce, the sesame oil, honey and cornstarch in a bowl, and then we're going to mix it up real good until the cornstarch is dissolved and everything is smooth. Now we're going to heat the skillet up to medium-high heat. Once it's hot, you're going to add the ginger and the garlic and the chili sauce and saute that for about 15 seconds. And then we're going to add the chicken to the skillet and cook and stir that until it's browned, no longer pink inside. I'm just turning it over to cook the other side, and once the chicken is cooked, then you're going to stir in your peppers. I just checked a large piece of chicken to make sure I have reached temperature 165 degrees. Now we'll let the peppers cook for a couple of minutes until they're tender and softened, and then we're going to pour in the sauce that we made. Now we're going to give it a stir so that all of the chicken and the peppers get coated in the sauce, and then once it's thickened, you're ready to serve. We did ours over rice. It was so good, and like I said, we'll be having this again. Here's a picture of our finished plates, and as always, your ingredients. Today we're making a new to us lasagna. We do not like ricotta cheese in our lasagnas, so I always look for ones that don't have that ingredient. So this one fit the bill, and the first thing I'm doing is grating up the cheese that's needed to go in it, so I have everything ready to go when I start my layering. I've already cooked the lasagna noodles. I didn't film that. You can cook them any way you want, and you'll need 12. I've cooked the meat, and now I'm just draining off the grease, and I'm going to season this with garlic, salt, and some Parmesan cheese. Again, all the ingredients will be at the end of this video, and in the description box below you will find a link to the recipe, ingredients, and directions. We'll give that a good mix, incorporate everything together, and now we're going to get a 9x13 casserole dish, and we're going to spray that. Our first step is to put 1/3 of the marinara sauce into the bottom of the pan. We'll spread that out and then arrange 4 of the noodles over the sauce. Just overlap them slightly so they fit into the pan. Now I'm taking half of the meat mixture and putting that on top of the noodles. And then before you start using the cheeses, be sure to take a small amount of each one to put on the lasagna after it's been in the oven for a while. And then after you have that set aside, you're going to use half of each of the cheeses on this step. Now we're going to add another 4 noodles, and then 1/3 of the pasta sauce, and the remaining beef and cheeses. Our oven is preheating to 350 degrees. The last step here, we're going to add the remaining 4 noodles on top, and we're going to spread the remainder of the sauce over the noodles. We will put this in the oven for 20 minutes until it's hot and bubbly, and then we'll bring it out and sprinkle with the cheeses that we have saved, and then we'll just pop it back into the oven until the cheese melts. This was a fantastic lasagna. Here it is as it came out, just popping the cheese on top. It was already cooked. You just want to melt the cheese and make it brown. And then I made some Italian bread to go with this lasagna, and I'll show you that coming up. Or if you don't make bread, you can just purchase a loaf at the store. But it was lovely to make the garlic toast out of that and have on the side. Now here's the bread when it came out of the oven. Alright, so I sliced up half the Italian bread, put it on a baking sheet, spread butter, and this is a garlic butter topping that I got in North Carolina, Ellaby, and it is so good for garlic toast. So I'm going to pop this in the oven on broil, and it'll be out in 10 minutes. Here are our finished plates. Again, absolutely delicious. I hope you give this one a try, and your ingredients are coming up. For this easy beef stroganoff, all you do is brown your ground beef, add in some cream of mushroom soup, and a cup of milk. The important thing to this recipe is to make sure you season it well. So you want salt, pepper, garlic, or any other seasonings that you prefer. I used the blend from Kinder's, which has those 3 ingredients in it, and that tasted very good. I had cooked some noodles earlier, so what I did is after everything was ready, I put my noodles in here and set it on keep warm, put the lid on until everything got warmed through, and then we dished up our plates. You'll see a picture of those coming up and the ingredients. I hope you give it a try if you need an easy night. And now a super simple, tasty skillet dinner. First thing I'm going to do here is cut up my green pepper, and then we're going to brown the beef, the onion, and the green pepper in a skillet over medium heat. We're going to cook this until the vegetables are crisp and the meat's no longer pink, and then we will give that a good drain to get out any grease. Now we're going to add the Worcestershire sauce, basil, and pepper, and then we'll stir in our noodles, our beans, tomatoes, water, and the bouillon. You bring all that to a boil, and then we reduce the heat, cover it, and simmer for 20 minutes or until your noodles are tender. Just give it a stir occasionally. just pushing my noodles down so that they get into the juices in the pan. Once your noodles are cooked, it's ready to go. Here are our finished plates and your ingredients. I hope you give this one a try. Like I said, it's so simple and it has a delicious flavor. I'm pretty sure you're going to like this one. It's going on our rotation. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed those meals. I hope you'll give them a try. And be sure to come back on Friday. We're going to go out and about and show you the town we just moved to. So we'll see you then. Have a good week.